Okay, this will be an interesting one. Oh, fuck off. I hate this user interface, folks. It's bloody disgusting the way Konica Minolta have made it. They're a bunch of idiots. Fuck sticks. Shit stirrers. No, we're not going lighter, we've got to go dark. It's negative, positive. We're going here as well, we're going to darken it. Actually, we're going to leave it. Contrast is now gone, we're just going to put it back. This will be an interesting one if we can make it look good. Let's see what we've got. We've got here surfing chemistry. I wonder why they call it surfing. Interesting. Chemistry. I'm going to photocopy this. Yeah, chemistry. I just surfing sounds cool because a lot of people who should be concerned with chemistry obviously got their minds on surfing, and the people who wrote this book obviously thought this would be a good way of making the people, getting their attention, by appealing to those people that typically love to surf or whatever. It's funny that. Surfing. What's surfing got to do with this, I wonder? Just going to move it up a bit. See how that goes. But surfing, why do they call it? It just seems silly. But maybe they're just trying to catch the attention of the students, hoping that maybe they'll just do their chemistry and not just spend it on, well, surfing. Interesting. It's a bit like how there's a jelly company in Australia called Aeroplane Jelly. Now, where did they get that name from? To do with jelly? Now, I think we've pushed it up too high. So where do they get that name from to do with jelly? I don't know. I don't know why they call it Aeroplane Jelly. It's really strange. But it's one of those mysteries. I probably could do an internet search on the reason why it is called Aeroplane Jelly. That could be an interesting Google search I could do. That'll be interesting. Aeroplane jelly. Where did that term come from? That name. What has it got to do with airplanes? It's just jelly. Jelly's not airplanes. It's not aviation, but for some reason someone's called it aeroplane jelly. Why? That's a good question. This looks interesting. Look, it would look nice, I'm thinking, with a background colour, but we're just going to leave it like that, I think. But basically, aeroplane jelly. Where did that name come from? It's like, why? Why? What's it got to do with jelly? Airplanes. And what's jelly got to do with airplanes, and what's airplanes got to do with jelly? Unless it used to be airplane, maybe the company originally made jelly to be eaten on aircraft, like for the buffet or whatever you call it. There's a menu, and maybe the jelly was designed for in-flight desserts. So that could be the reason, which sounds logical. It's logical, but I'll have to look it up if I can remember to look it up, folks. I'll probably forget. It'll leave my mind. If I don't punch things into my Google browser straight away, I do forget them. So I find it useful when I'm in public. I've got my phone. I think of something, I fire up the mobile data, tap in the search term, and I may not look at it straight away, read it. I might just switch off typically I'll switch off the mobile data and then look at it later when I say get it home. So basically I think we meant to have 2 pages. It just came out slow like that. So basically, I'm curious as to why it's called aeroplane jelly, and I think that might be the reason. Maybe is that it was aeroplane for for aeroplane in-flight desserts. That seems the only logical explanation I can find, is that relevance. So let's see how we go. Anyway, that looks quite geometric in some ways. I think that looks good. I think now we can call this demo quits.